Guys, welcome back to Yellow Curse Gaming. I'm Robert, and we're continuing on with Call of Cthulhu. We are currently on Chapter 6. The Hawkin's Mansion. Pierce woke up in an asylum installed in a cellar of the Riverside Institute. He met Dr. Colden, Dr. Colden, a female friend of Bradley, who helped him to escape. Wandering through the corridors of this place where Dr. Fuller reigned supreme, Pierce was able to talk to the man called Francis Sanders before dying in full view of the detective. He accused Sarah Hawkins of being the cause of his torments. Pierce finally left the accursed building, accompanied by Bradley and Colden. The companions in misfortune decide to use the Hawkins Mansion as a hideout. Okay. Oh, we're finally getting to the cephalopods.
Who goes there?
Yeah, who goes there?
That nightmare again.
Again. Nope, you ain't getting that. Turn that down a little bit. Just a smidget. Is there anything new here? Anything to discover or read?
No. I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colden have to say about all this.
No? Okay. Let's head downstairs. Anything over here? No?
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Okay.
Did I sleep long?
It's fine.
Sorry, I just want to look around, make sure I'm not missing anything. I'll be over there to sit down shortly. I think about the only thing I can click on is that. I ain't doing it.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you alright? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us, what happened?
I saw people in hoods. They had stolen Mrs. Hawkins' paintings.
Who are you talking about? Why would they do such a thing?
I don't know, but they were a threat. They've taken over the caves under the mansion. They were performing some kind of ritual. One of the entryways was under Charles Hawkins' office.
We suspect Mr. Hawkins of being involved.
My patients believe the old islanders used to worship primitive sea gods. Could they be the focus of the cult?
Am I hearing this right?
So you think me gullible?
No, not at all.
What else did you uncover, Mr. Pierce?
Oh, so much. We haven't even started on Francis Sanders yet.
I have flashbacks. They haunt me.
What did they do to you?
There was that Dr. Fuller. A nurse. Blood. Everywhere. Legs. Pain. I couldn't bear it. I was screaming. They injected me with something. I woke up at the instant. Bradley was there.
And how you scared us. You seemed demented.
You likely woke up during the anesthesia. No wonder those memories haunt you. What in God's name were they doing to you?
What happened afterwards?
When I woke up the second time, I was in a padded cell. That's where you found me, Doctor. After you released me, I got a good look at what's in store for the patients at the Riverside Institute. Hallucinogenic gas pumped into the cells. Infernal machine. Horrific medical experiments.
Impossible. Dr. Fuller would never do such a thing.
You should believe it, Ethan. What Mr. Pierce saw is precisely what I've been trying to prove. Did you discover anything else?
Maybe. I need to speak to Bradley.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just a case.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
It
Seems
is a
like a
possibility.
Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
Unfortunately. Let's see.
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins match, you don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor then.
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital. And called on Marie's help to get you released.
You don't remember the events of the tunnel.
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
I heard you talking.
Why am I not surprised?
I get the impression you two don't get along.
Intrusive and not very clever. Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a disgrace.
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, tools of all kinds.
Yes, I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan. And I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
Let's try it
Given the
now.
energy he pours into Riverside
Guess it wasn't a check.
is Fuller's creation.
His father is to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks.
No, he
I
wouldn't.
don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
Maybe.
I met a Francis Sanders. You know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins. And that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
Well, let's be honest.
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved?
Uh-huh.
How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned
she's
Mrs.
not
Hawkins
dead.
just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess he can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
I kind of agree with Bradley
He's
though on
right.
this one.
We can't ignore the truth.
But it could drive her mad.
Better madness than ignorance. Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my
Right.
best.
I need to check to see. Oh, I do have character points. Intriguing. Okay, so now that I got those assigned, let's go see what's outside the store. Chapter 6. Sanders' residence. Pierce, Colden, and Bradley decided to team up to solve the Sarah Hawkins case. They have a new trail to follow. Francis Sanders, an art collector and friend of the painter, who died right in front of Pierce. The detective goes to the house in order to speak to his widow about the shambler that the unfortunate man mentioned before he died. Okay, we're going to continue on.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders? I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here.
Cat.
You know each other. Our paths crossed, briefly.
The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, Detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me. May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
We had a short conversation and then I left. I don't know what happened after that.
Oh, I see. Mr. Pierce, you must forgive my audaciousness. But I've had practice of life in high society for over 30 years. Reading one's interlocutors, recognizing the politeness of a lie, are things that are taught very early to young girls from a good family. Your lie has nothing polite about it. It is crass, insulting, and dare I say, terribly suspicious. Try to understand my position. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute. And right before your eyes. Did you not do anything to help it?
Mrs. Sanders, I understand your grief and I extend my deepest condolences to you. But I had nothing to do with the death of your husband. I've just arrived on Darkwater. I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
The death of the Hawkins family? You mean it was not an accident? This accursed island knows only tragedy after tragedy. You too would be advised to flee it like the plague. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Tell me about this dimensional
I
shambler.
deduce that your husband already mentioned this dimensional shambler.
Well, you can't imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Now let's rummage. What is this? Is this some sort of puzzle? Oh. Oh, it's another medicine tome. Yay. First, we explore.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in the phonograph.
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should answer, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. Inside my head, I see him. Behind my eyes. Each time I shut my eyes.
What the... What the...
I can't hold it back. Forgive me.
Cursed man. Those accursed paintings, that accursed Sarah.
A strange Amerindian pendant.
Interesting.
I could use one of those.
Sleeping bed. The Well and the Cod. A brief history of Darkwater.
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
Interesting.
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
I got 2 and 3. Did I miss one? It's another medicine book. I'm really curious about that piano. I am surprised I passed that strength check. Read the book. Oh. Some kind of encyclopedia of monstrous and unknown creatures. I'm beginning to believe that they exist. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whoa. I'm just curious about that piano. Okay. 75. 1 CP available. And that to 65. I gotta go check the piano before I do anything else. There's gotta be a reason there's multiple keys. Oh.
Is this dagger part of Sanders' collection, or was he seeking to acquire?
I knew there had to be more to that piano than what met the eye. Now, what's it at? 80. I've almost maxed that out. Maybe it's best that I don't talk to you since I actually crossed you earlier.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
That wasn't like the one that I saw. Ah. I see there's the painting. What was it? Over here?
Why was he so interested
Where's
in
that
old
one?
weapons?
More of that weird writing.
The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
It's a bit weird. Huh? Uh-oh. Run, Pierce. Run, Pierce. Oh no. The painting. Oh no, you're stepping right to it. The painting. Oh, the painting came to life. It's the Shambler.
What the hell was that?
I do not believe that it's gone. I don't think.
Damn. This dagger looks different.
That actually worked. I wasn't actually expecting that to work.
What's the matter with you?
I thought he was going to cut his hand off.
Don't tell me that you're going crazy, too.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
Sanders was right. This painting is cursed.
What are you talking about?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so, too.
You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
Hmm?
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I've still got things to settle with Irene.
Well, that was intense. I didn't Chapter 7, Nameless Bookstore. The Shambler turned out to be much more than an artwork painted by Sarah Hawkins, as a huge creature came out of the painting to attack Pierce. After a hard fight, the detective managed to send it back into the painting. He later discovered that the dagger he used to repel the creature had been sold to Sanders by a man named Algernon Drake, owner of the Nameless Bookstore. Pierce decided to pay the library a visit. Okay.
Where's the bookseller?
Good question.
Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century. Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
Okay, so that's 2. So that puts medicine at 30, occult at 80. Oh yeah, if I keep this up, I'm definitely discovering everything about occult. History of Darkwater Volume 4. Okay. Volume 2. Here. Hey, it's another medicine.
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion.
Oh, my occult went up again. Oops. I keep pushing the wrong button to check. Okay, so it's now at 85. More medicine. Oh. Would you read the book? Read the book.
What does this strange book contain? This book contains unholy knowledge.
This collection catalogs and classifies creatures that I have never heard of, divinities from the stars, creatures capable of traveling from one dimension to another. It presents itself as the reference work on the bestiary of the myth, without giving details on the mythology to which it refers. Its pages are covered with phantasmagorical illustrations. Okay, so that should have boosted me up to 90. And apparently, that will affect my destiny.
What happened here?
Interesting.
Let's start over. Where did they break in from? Blood. Seems like
Probably
amateur
here.
work. To whom does this footprint belong? This burglar seems to be rather clumsy.
Yeah. What is it this? Oh, 3.
What killed all these animals?
Yeah.
What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work? What the? Charles Hawkins?
What? Hawkins?
Looks like the symbol rejected Hawkins. Where did I see him? What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe.
Some sort of book, it looks like.
Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
Yeah. Oh.
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
If somebody finds these memoirs, there will be no doubt that I am in serious trouble. My last and only hope is that my body and bones are still in the plane of reality in order that they be recovered and burned. The funeral urn must be given to my dear mother if she is still of this world. The following message is of capital importance. Whosoever reads these lines and demonstrates acuity sharp as mine can hope to gain access to my most precious possession. It lies within my safe, and the clues to the combination are to be found in 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek world. Each cylinder is numbered, even if, as the celebrated author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of the imagination. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit that reason usually prevails in the end. If by chance a person, or should I say a genius, was to match my intellect and find the combination of the safe, I would ask that they deliver its contents into the safekeeping of my friend and colleague, Professor Armitage of the Miskatonic University. The content of this safe is not only a vast digest of knowledge, but also a weapon that is far too dangerous for it to fall into the wrong hands. I hope that you will be able to appreciate the danger that this represents, and that you will act accordingly in any event. I will neither be there to guide you nor suffer from your action, suffer from you actions. Interesting.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
It looks like it.
What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
This key that bears the elder sign is... Okay, so now we know what that is. Is the only one able to protect your psyche. It is in the form of a cylindrical medallion hanging at the end of a heavy chain, hundreds of years old. The star in the branch, whose purpose is to push back the forces of the great old ones, were engraved at its center. Everything points to it being Charles Hawkins that tore it from its last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer. Impress cutting, the mention, the demeanor, the date of the robbery coincides with the last of the Hawkins trips to Cairo. It remains to be seen whether he knows of the true purposes of the artifact. Try to find it. Cool. There's something hidden. There's another medicine, but that's not what's hidden. Oh.
Strange amulet. I have a feeling I'd better not touch it.
But you just did. Huh.
Arkham editions. Never heard of them.
Huh.
How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Interesting.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of them. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions. Arkham Editions. How many volumes are there in this collection?
Interesting. I have no idea.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Oh, looky here.
Cylinders
We've got
that Drake
some
tried to
cylinders.
hide. We should perhaps listen to them.
I was just curious if that opened. I didn't actually expect to find the cylinders in there. Let's listen to some.
Like precious stones lie stricken, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Penny. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
Interesting. So what? It's the cup over here?
The Chalice of Knowledge.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm guessing the first number to the safe is 5?
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark souls. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
5-3.
The Queen has little protection.
Yeah, 5-3.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seems particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Interesting.
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
539 is what I'm guessing it. Yep, that was it. 539. Huh. Riverside Institute. Okay. Okay, guys. I think I played for long enough. I'm going to end the episode here. See you guys in the next.